Hello everybody, welcome back to another thrilling episode of the wonderful world of Illuna. And since the previous episode, I have done a few things, and let me show you those real quick here. I did a lot of work on the wall, and that's actually what we're going to be doing in this episode, is a little more work. But I got roofs on all of the houses, so those are all very nice. They also all have windows and doors. The long hall here does not have a roof yet or a lot of windows on the side of it, but we'll see those a little later. What I have done with the wall here, let me jump down into the garden so we can see. I've actually made the wall 3 nodes wide, and the center node is hollow, so there's a nice little runway, and this goes pretty much around the entire castle. So this is how they're going to get out to the garden area. So the wall here will remain only 1 node thick. And then in the corners, so far I only have 1 ladder set up in this corner. And that's a little tricky to get out of, but I think I've got some extra ladders. Yes, I do. I hoped I had another one. There we go. So we have up in a corner. I have to figure out something for the inside railing here so you can't fall off. But that goes all the way around. And we've got a nice little front wall here, which this is just a straight edge now instead of how it was before where it's stuck over the edge. There's a lot of work to be done here yet in terms of removing material. I want to have a space. I'm not sure how wide, but there's got to be a space, and then I'll just slope it going away. And yeah, there's a bunch of like these things still growing here that shouldn't be, but didn't get removed when I was digging material out. You can see the houses from here again. The roofs are all complete. Punch a little hole through the wall there so I get in and out. And it just loops around through the corner here. Runs along over here. And the wall along the side of the blacksmith shop is actually going to be pushed out as well. So I'm going to be removing a lot of this material up here. These wall blocks are, they're a little pricey. They're actually not. I don't have a lot of the materials on hand. And I did that backwards. They're actually really nice. And they're pretty cheap. It just takes a while to get the material. Like, I had a cajillion cobble, and I still have, well, these 3 stacks actually is the remainder of what I have. Even in doing the landscaping around, I haven't been getting too much cobble. Plenty of dirt, which that's actually been useful because I have had to put a bunch of dirt down in a few areas to create the support for underneath the wall. So I don't know if I can really show any of that too easily without like falling to my death and stuff. But over here, this outside bit here has some dirt going down on the edge here as well. And then I built up over here on that area. So there is dirt underneath it. And then I did the same thing on the opposite corner as well, but there's already a wall on top of that, and that wall is right on the edge of the dirt, so it's pretty much impossible to show without like jumping into the water, which I guess we could do, but I don't really feel like doing. Out of my way, cow. Don't really feel like doing that. This I may want to remove, or at least dig it down some, because the idea here is to not have an easy way for anybody or anything to get up to this castle. So like, say, oh, I don't know, the fierce barbarians from the north or south or east or west, I don't know, from wherever the barbarians are, they decided that they wanted to come attack me, which would never happen. But for the sake of argument, let's say they did. I would want them to not be able to put, you know, ladders someplace so they could just scale the walls and get in. Of course, now I'm kind of stuck here. Okay. That was a smart move. I guess we'll just do this. So anyway, because we don't want to let them in, we just do this. I mean, if you had a tall enough ladder, you still could. And especially with mine test ladders being placeable such as they are, it wouldn't even matter. I discovered this neat little trick. If you hold sneak key and then walk backwards, and you do it right, oh come on, there we go, you can place 2 nodes tall. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's such a good trick. I did that on I hate these sunflowers. I hate them with a passion. I did that on the opposite sides, and it really made things much faster. Because if you just run backwards, you tend to place the bricks too fast, and you'll end up with some empty ones. Which, not empty blocks, but you'll end up skipping one. You'll just have an empty space. Whereas if you sneak, that problem is pretty much negated. So yeah, it works out really nice. See, and you just keep going, placing all these beautiful, beautiful blocks. Super interesting video. I'm sure definitely am holding all of my viewership's attention, and they're like, wow, this is a neat trick. I actually have no idea if anybody ever had thought of that in the past, but I thought of it and I was like, wow, that turns out really nice. So I did it, and I thought I would share because, well, maybe up. See, this is where the sneak idea comes in nice. Because you're going too fast. But I think if I do this, I'm going to end up placing nodes too low. I don't want that. So it has its uses, but they don't always work out quite so well. But yeah, I'm just doing this all the way around. Oh, this is the, okay, that's the wall up top. So this must be almost completed. And we just keep going. And see, when you do this fast clicking thing, you end up putting nodes too low as well. So honestly, that didn't end up so bad. I expected that there would have been more. Oh, okay. There were a few. Now, do I have enough ladders? I think I do. I'm pretty sure. We want to make a hole so we can get out of here. So let's go ahead and climb up. All right, we're on the top of the wall. Now, I don't believe that I'm going to do any kind of lighting on the inside. I noticed something weird, and I'll show it at the end of the video when it gets dark out. For some odd reason, and I cannot for the life of me figure out what is causing this. Oh no, that's yay. For some strange reason, inside of those walls, it's light. And it doesn't really make any sense to me why this is happening. I have a theory, and I don't know how likely this is, but it appears as if every spot where there's light, it's caused from a torch on the inside of the wall. And by the inside, I mean like these torches up on the inside. They seem to be lighting the inside cavity in the wall, which really does not make sense. But it's the only thing that, well, makes sense. Which I know is a, what is that? A contradiction with itself? So I just said it doesn't make sense, but it's the only thing that does make sense. it doesn't seem as if that should be the case. But yet at the same time, it's the only thing that really gives a plausible explanation. So I don't know. We'll take a look at it in a second here. Now I could do my whole sneak. Oh, but I'm out of blocks, so I can't. The whole sneak method here. Yeah, there's a lot of clearing to do yet. Wait a minute. I thought I put an opening there. That's not even the corner. Well, that's super. Okay. So, here we go. Why is there a light spot here? There's no light source. And we have another one here. The only thing that I can figure out... Okay, we got a trapdoor, so that makes sense to let some light there. It's got to be those torches. It's the only thing that makes any sense. But I don't understand why they would be putting light through a node into the wall. It's so weird. But I think that's what's happening. I plan on doing some murder holes, which I know sounds horrible. And quite honestly, they kind of are. But there's a node that has a hole through the center, and I think it lets light pass through. So I'll put some of those in up on the top here, and that'll hopefully let some light into that pathway. And then the idea would be if an enemy breached the outer wall, then they're going through this center opening to get to the door on the inside, because I do have the garden here, so there is going to be an entranceway or 2 or 3 or 4 throughout the inside. As the enemy were filing through single or double file through here, people on the top could be pouring down things like molten lead, boiling oil, shooting arrows in. Yeah, all the cool, good stuff they used to do in battles when, it was exciting. But that seems like an excellent note to end this video on. And we have went through 1 day cycle. So we're going to end off here, and I will finish up these castle walls off camera. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys, and I will catch you next time.